and they're running it into the ground. We need to extract them. And I don't know, what's their vision? From what I can tell, it's all about windmills, solar panels, and bike lanes. And Ontario, that's right, look at what happened there. A carbon tax, they're using that to pay for their car-free utopia. Let's face it, Justin Trudeau and Rachel Notley are putting ideology ahead of the realities of living, of having a good job, of having a roof over your head, of putting food on the table. What a joke. They even claim, it's a joke that they're setting up the middle class. Look, folks, carbon taxes don't work. Let's keep telling them this until they do what politicians should do, which is listen to you and work for you. So let's send them a message right now, folks. Let's say it together. Stop the tax. 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 Keep up the good fight, folks. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Terry. That's great. And thank you to the other Conservative MPs who came here tonight. Today, I appreciate your solidarity. We have one more speaker today. I saw his sign earlier. I don't know where he is. Is Chad Miller here? Chad. Chad started a group called Oilfield Dads to let other oilfield dads know that you're not alone. Even if Rachel Notley doesn't care about you, even if Justin Trudeau doesn't care about you, other people do, other Albertans do. And I'd like to invite Chad to come up and tell a little bit about his own story and to talk for the forgotten men and women. Come on up, Chad. It's nice to meet you.
Well, how you doing, guys? I don't want to take too much of you guys' time. I know it's pretty cold out. My first time speaking in front of a lot of people. I know I do it out in the oil field for a bunch of people when we used to go to work. We used to talk about being safe and what we talk about on the line and out in the workforce is trying to get back to our family and supporting our families. But it's been pretty hard here for the last year and a half to do that, isn't it? I started a group about a year ago called Oilfield Dads, and it was kind of a win here for my wife. My wife and I were talking about we can't be the only ones out there suffering without a job here. I know with oil commodities dropping, it caused a lot of stress on a lot of people. And I just thought I'd reach out to see if there's a lot of people out there going through the same things that I was. And lo and behold, there were thousands and upon thousands of people dealing with the same struggles as myself was going through. Whether or not putting food on the table for the families or keeping a roof over your head, paying that mortgage payment or car payment. I had to recently on this Thanksgiving I had to give my work vehicle back to the dealership so I could make that decision to keep a roof over my family's head for another month or two. And it's not fair, no, it's not. I want to let everybody know I appreciate you guys coming out here today, because what it means is we're standing here together in solidarity for our need to say enough is enough. We got to get back to work here. We have Christmas coming up, and a lot of people don't even know if we have Christmas to even have. Everybody here is worried about what's coming next and what's going to happen with their future, but all I can say is what we're doing here now means a lot, but what you do at the next voting poll is what's going to matter for our province. I want to thank you all again here. I don't have too much to say, but stay warm, guys, and I appreciate you coming out to check out Oilfield Dads. We're a big community here that sticks together and help each other out.
Thanks, Chad. You can find Chad's Oilfield Dads on Facebook. Join in and be part of the community. Chad, I appreciate what you said and what Bernard said very much. Some people here are like you. They don't have work. Other people here are hanging on. And then there's some folks here who do have work and they just think about you a lot. That's how I feel. I want to make a point in response, Chad. You mentioned low commodity prices, and it's true. But before I came out here, I checked the statistics. Alberta, the unemployment rate went up 0.5 point last month. It's now 9%. I can't even believe I'm saying those words. Unemployment in Alberta, 9%. I checked 2 other jurisdictions that rely heavily on oil and gas. As much as Alberta. I think I got 2 mics here, that's the problem. It's like 2 forks. I do that a lot. I'll move away from the other one. Chad, in North Dakota, where they've got the Bakken geological formation, where they're fracking for oil, North Dakota, the unemployment rate is 3.0. And in Midland, Texas, in the Permian Basin, the unemployment rate right there in Midland is 3.9%. And so my point is, you're right, low oil prices obviously are a factor. But why do Midland and North Dakota have unemployment rates that start with a 3, and Alberta has an unemployment rate that starts with a 9? And I think it's because it matters what they do in here. They're scaring away investors, and they're crushing companies, and 30 days from now they're going to bring in a carbon tax that will only make things more difficult. And you know, the left uses all these buzzwords like social license. Rachel Notley does not have social license to bring in a carbon tax. She did not campaign on it in the election. She has no mandate for it. In fact, every single poll shows Albertans are against it. Now, we invited the mayor of some coal towns to come today. They couldn't make it, but they're here in spirit, and I see some signs about the coal community. Coal can be clean, NDP must go. Thank you. You know, they are building 2 new coal-fired power plants in China every week. Coal is making a big comeback in Europe as well, in India too. To shut down Alberta's clean coal power plants as some bizarre ideological experiment just shows the madness of this building behind me. And to use another word that the environmentalists do, they will turn Hannah and other communities into sacrifice communities. Grand Cache, for no reason at all. For no reason at all. I say again, there is no economic benefit, there is no environmental benefit. And if they say it's buying social license to get a pipeline to the coast, well, Rachel Notley forgot to tell her NDP friends that. In British Columbia, who are blocking it, and indeed, her own oil sands advisory council in this province, her hand-picked advisors, Zipporah Berman, Karen Mahone, are actively lobbying against the pipeline. It's almost 3 o'clock and it's chilly. The sun was up, but it never quite caught us here. I want to thank every single one of you for spending 2 hours on a weekend, including those of you who drove in or flew in. It's very encouraging that 3,000 people came to say to Rachel Notley, you may not do this with our consent. Not in my name. Not in my name. I want you to go home and tell your friends and neighbors what you heard today. I want you to tell them that people are hurting like Bernard and like Chad. I want you also to tell them that people care about Alberta. Even outside our province, we have friends and allies. I want you to tell your friends that it is possible to take a stand, and that no, the CBC and the other carbon tax repeaters, they don't speak for us. So take your carbon tax signs home and put them up on your lawn. I think there's some extra ones there. Take some for your friends and family. We have to show Rachel Notley and the media party that they do not have the will of the people. My friends, you are the lifeblood of the rebel. I thank you for your support for us. And I promise you, with every ounce of strength I have, we will support you in return. Thank you to my teammates, Chris and Sheila and Holly and Jessica and my friends back at the office. Thank you to our guest speakers. God bless Alberta and every one of you in the oil patch and coal. We love you. Stay strong, and we'll do our best to get through this together. Thank you and goodbye.